What does number 5 say? Now you can't even see anymore. Number top? Yeah. Yeah. Number top. We'll do the vote tomorrow morning. Bye. Good luck with your pen. Where were you, Blake? Where were you?
Simon didn't
You okay?
tell you.
I was asking like he wasn't here when did something.
No le dijiste a mi Shulek que soy la nurse.
He didn't.
¿Qué te pasó? Sorry, I have no money. I'm not trying to be funny. Pero ¿cómo? ¿Cómo? Con mi hijo mi hermana. Go to the class. I'm not letting that
Okay. Number 1. Like I said before, if you want to eat gum or chew gum, you need to have done some research and figured out the pros and cons between chewing gum and develop a plan. So if I see you chewing gum and you haven't done that work, then that's going to be a Number 2. I found an article about incentives and how they work better than punishment. So I'm going to read about what an incentive is, and I'd like to understand more about that. So I'm going to be reading that because I'm at a loss at some level to understand how to help you all more, because people not paying attention, people having conversations when other people are talking, people playing with stuff without looking around, people just having conversations with each other while I'm speaking or other people are talking. These are not kind things. You're not being kind to yourself as a learner. You're not being kind to people around you as learners. You're not being kind to me as a human being and listening. You're not being kind to each other when it comes to cleaning up. I mean, I was watching like 4 people. You played the entire time. Like you didn't do anything. You didn't even show me your agenda. So we have some extremely bad habits, and I don't know if I have to work with you to change your habit, or if I need to provide incentives that are more than just be kind. Because right now I'm relying on your kindness and your wanting to learn, and that's not working for us as a team. It works for some people. Huh?
Why don't you tell the people that were cleaning, that were playing, and you don't want, but tell them for that they know and they can.
Well, no, but see, I see that as a punishment and something negative, like calling people out.
But to know, for that we know to get better.
But like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the article. I'm going to try and start to understand it. I'm going to try and figure out where incentives end and rewards end and all that stuff. At this point, I do appreciate you all that are still cleaning up, but let's pause so you can join us for the number talk, please. Because we're going to be talking about things that you need to understand and that you might be able to help people understand as well. So like, how do we provide incentives for you to work better as a class? That's what I'm going to be investigating later. Probably at 2:20. While you're in religion, I'll be reading that article. That's all my little things do. All right, I'm going to write a fraction. All you got to figure out is it more or less than half. More or less than half.
And everybody's equal.
More or less than half. Thumbs up when you have an answer. Thumbs up when you have an answer. We keep it inside. We keep it inside. More or less than a half. That's all you gotta know. Actually, Miguel, are you turning that light off over there? Or maybe Simone can? Just this one. Just the one. Nope, the other one. Thank you so much. Front row, more or less?
Less.
Less than half. Anybody have a different idea? Nope. Anybody back there? Anybody want to argue for more than half? Okay, less than half. Why is it less than half? Yes, Rosie.
Because half of 8 is 4.
Half is 8 is 4. And 3 is less than 4? So why is the 4 important?
Because, like, let's say we're multiplying and not doing fractions.
Mhm.
Okay. So when you multiply 4 by 2, it's 8, right? So we know that if 4 times 2 is 8, then half of 8 is 4.
Could those of you who are talking explain why we're choosing to have conversations instead of listening to Rosie?
No, I'm just asking me if it's in the order, so
Oh no, it could be wherever. But I mean, we had 3 different conversations happening.
they are saying if that thing punches hard or
Yeah.
not.
See, that stuff's gonna go bye-bye.
And it distracted me.
Just so we know, we're getting really close, not because of crystal ball, but because of how we're using stuff. If that's designed to keep you focused and it's not keeping you focused, why on earth would we use it?
And why would we bring it
And why would we bring it back to the area? I don't mind bringing it to school because you can play with it on your break and stuff, but so we need to figure out why you can bring stuff back here if it helps you to focus and be a better learner. It's not his. Don't look at him. It has nothing to do with what he said. I've been talking about this all day. Have I not? Been talking about bringing stuff back and understanding the impact it's having on you? I've talked about that at least 3 or 4 times. Rosie, sorry about that. So the 4, you said 4 is half of 8.
Okay, you already
Okay. Why is that important?
Because, because if you have fractions, like this one, and you think that's half, you're going to get it wrong. So first you gotta know multiplication and division of
Mhm.
fractions.
Okay, so you definitely need to know half. Did anyone have a different strategy they used instead of thinking 4/8? Yes, Christopher.
I divided or multiplied the 3 times 2. Well, I just multiplied the 3 times 2 to
Mhm.
see if it was half. Because halves are always times 2 or the big number.
So you looked to see 3 times 2 is 6 and 6 is less than 8?
Yeah.
So you knew it was less than half. Okay, so definitely focusing on this idea of dividing by 2 or multiplying by 2. And that we definitely need to know what our halves are. Any other thoughts before we go to the next one? Okay. 16/31. Is that more or less than half? Thumbs up on your name. 16/31. More or less than half?
Silent form or
Silent though. Quiet though. Quiet though. Quiet though. Middle row. Any thoughts? Second row? Second row. Any thoughts? Valeria.
It's bigger.
Bigger than half? Anybody in the back? What do you think?
No.
You think it's bigger? Anybody else? Anybody want to say smaller? Anybody want to say smaller? Salvador, you think it's smaller?
16/31.
16/31. Is that more or less than half?
I see no.
I said more too.
You say it's greater as well. Christopher, you say it's smaller?
Oh no. I used the same strategy as before.
Yeah, a lot of you came into this going, oh, this is going to be easy. This whole half thing. And then I throw that one up and everyone's like, whoa, wait a second. I actually had to think about that one a little bit more. So we think it's more. So who would like to explain their thinking on that? Third row, sorry, Miguel.
Well, first of all, I think that is more than half, because the half of 31 would be 15.5.
15.5?
Yes,
Okay.
15.5. So, and 16 is more than 15.5.
All right, so you saw this and you're like, if it existed, that would be half, 15.5 over 31. And since 16 is more than 15.5, 16 over 31 has to be more than half.
Yep.
Okay, does anyone have a different way to think about it? Front row. Yeah, Manolo.
That I just made 16 times 2 times 2 and it made 32.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I knew that number.
So you looked at the 16 over 31, you took 16 by 2 equals 32, and then what happened?
I found that that was bigger.
So then you knew that 16 over 32 would be equal to half. So since you knew 16 over 32 is equal to half, 16 over 31 would have to be more than a half.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is 16 over 32 equal to a half and 16 over 31 not equal to a half? In a different way, we've talked about it. Yeah, Manuela.
I think it's smaller because 31 is smaller than 32.
31 is smaller than 32.
So it can be more than half. It is impossible.
Okay, so now you're on the other end. You think that 16 over 31 is less than half. Salvador.
No, because if you look like a multiplication problem, you do 4 times 8, and like 2 times 8 and 2 times 8, like 16 plus 16, and that gives you 32. And since in 31, it's more than a half. Because 60 is the half of 32. And if it's 31, it gets 1 more, and it's not the half. That's how I thought. I don't know.
Did that sell you, Manuela? No. Cristobal?
That's how.
Well, I think that the halves
Look at
are.
Manuela. You don't have to convince me, you have to convince Manuela.
Well, as you see, the halves are something with the odd numbers and that. Because the half of 7 is 3.5. That is not a real number. But the half of a four number, 32, needs to be one number that ends in a number like 16. It's really confusing.
Emilio, did you have a way? Because I'm guessing you're not sold yet by those two explanations.
When they try to treat us and
You're with Manuela!
also because like
We're in anarchy now!
because last year they taught us something that like for example 1 times 1 equals 16. 1 times 16 equals 16. And 2 times something equals 31. But nothing equals 31. And how we have to put the thing up and down, it will be 2 times 16, which is 32.
A final panor is an odd.
And so...
I'm with Manuela.
Uh-oh! Manuela's turning the tide here. Can anyone right the boat? Let me show you, or Santiago, you're gonna have a coronary, I think. Did you want to say something?
Can I do something?
Again, hold on a second. Manuela's original theory was around this number, 31 and 32. And she was saying that because 31 is less than 32, 16 over 31 would be in fact less than 16 over 32. That was the original line of thought, correct?
An explanation.
Santiago?
So each
No. Can I show you something? Can I try? Let me try. I just want to show one thing. Okay, Rosie, go ahead.
I think it's more because, like, 16 times 2 is 32, right? So if we have 16 for 16, it will give us 32, which is more than 31. So it goes over it, like it's more than half.
But if the 31, why is that because? The whole 31
Look like
times 15.5. So it's
Controversy.
So I think
if 16 times 2 equals 32, and 32 is more than 31, and that will give more than half. Mr. Light, help me. I already know how to explain my
What is 16 times?
Hold on a second. You guys just keep repeating. Hold on. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to pause this. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on.
okay.
repeating your argument over and over is not an effective strategy. if you say something and someone's like, I don't understand it, then you say it the exact same way, like, no. So hold on. I want to give Santiago a chance because he didn't say something last time, and now I think he thought of something. So what do you have to say, Santiago? And then we'll go Valeria.
And then we can use 16 right? When the numerator is the same, which is 16, the lower the denominator is, the higher things you have.
Hold on a second. What do you mean the higher things you have?
Okay, Manuela, let's say this way. You have 16 friends. Wow!
Can I try to explain to Manuel?
Hold on. Can we please stop?
What would be when the numerator
To stop the discussion.
Equals 8 times 2 is the half, and 8
Hold on.
times 2 is 16 times 2, and 16 times 2 times 2
Alright,
is 35.
hold on. We're gonna wait. Just because Carlos is here and I want to move on. I don't want us to leave without any. First of all, stop. Stop. When I have one whole and I split it into parts, if I have 2 parts, is that more? Do I get a bigger part if I have one of these, or if I have 1/3? Which one do I get more of? Do I get more if I get a half or a third?
Third.
A half. And what about when I have, again, same whole? What about fourth?
We can see.
Huh? Ooh, sorry. Fourth is even less. So the more pieces we cut it into, which is this, the denominator is the amount of pieces you have. So if I have 31 pieces of a whole and I have 32 pieces of a whole, the 31 pieces are actually bigger. So if I have 16/31 of something, that's more than 16/32 because the 31sts are bigger. They're bigger. Okay. So when we look at denominators, the smaller the denominator is, the bigger piece it is, and the more value it has. All right, Carlito. Thank you.
But what's the answer?
It's more than half.
Look, Mr. Light, look my evidence to back it up.
I feel because half is 32.
Yeah, 16/30, but 31. If I have 16 pieces of 31,
Mr.
it's
Light.
more than the 32. The 32 is
So
smaller.
Mr. Light, my argument was correct.
Yes, it was correct.
My argument was correct. 2 the pieces. So 2 times 4 equals 8, but times 2. And 8 times 2 is 16. And 16 times 2, but times 2
You
is...
understand this part, right? Half, third, fourth. So the larger our denominator, the smaller the piece. And so we have 32 is bigger than 31. So this would have to be bigger than that. If this was 16/33,
Wait, so it's 16 and no. 16/8.
okay, 16/8.
So it will be bigger than a half.
16/8? Yes.
Okay.
And then like if we had which one's more? 16/33 or 16/32?
Because